So our title today is equations, and I'm going to abbreviate. Just say EQ for equations. Add or subtract, and I'm going to abbreviate. Review. Equations, add or subtract, review. Because we've already done adding or subtracting with equations. So it's just a review. I'm going to try and put all of mine on one paper. We'll do 7 problems. I'm going to try and put 7 going down here, and then we'll do another 7, or you'll do another 7 going on this side. You don't have to if you don't want to. You can take up 2 pieces of paper, or you can do 3 columns if you'd like. Whatever's best for you. But I'm going to write a little smaller than usual. Now our first problem isn't actually an equation. It's kind of a practicing combining like terms, or in this case just combining integers. -2 plus 1 minus 1 minus 1 plus 1. This just kind of prepare us for adding and subtracting equations with equations. And combining like terms, if you remember, it's just like putting taste, like a mint or something spicy, on your tongue. And if you have a mint and a spicy together, they make no taste, or a hot and cold. And so that's all we're doing. We're just putting negatives and positives on the tongue and seeing what's left. What would be the taste? You don't have to do this because there's not that much room, but I'm just going to make a little, let's just say this is a tongue. And I put these flavors on there. Let's say I put 2 negatives. 2 negatives on there. Then I put a positive on there. Let's say a positive is hot. Then I put a negative and another negative. So 2 more negatives. And then I have another positive. Okay, that would be another hot, spicy. And if you notice that these are, they cancel each other, right? And you can see what's left. What do I have left? These 2, they cancel each other, and you're left with 2 negatives. All right, but so how would you do it without making a tongue? You would simply just go ahead, combine, let's put all the negatives together, for example. So if I do that, I have these 2 negatives, this -1. So how much negatives is that? That's -2, -3, -4 negatives. And then how many positives are there? That's 2 positives. Together, 4 negatives and 2 positives, that would give us -2. So you see that? And I just demonstrated that on the tongue. You can see that enough. All right? So that's all we're doing. Just combine, that's how you combine like terms. Okay, here's our second problem. Again, this is not an equation. This is just a bunch of integers. We're putting them together and seeing what they total. Okay, so I like to do my negatives first. That's just the way I am. But so let's see. I have a -3. Hey, it's already separated from the plus. That's good. I have a -3 and a -12. Remember, -12 and -12, treat them the same. So how many negatives is that? 3 negatives and 12 negatives would make 15 negatives. All right, what about our positives? What about the hot? Let's see. I have 8. +8, and this is a +1. Okay, so 8 positives and 1 positive makes 9 positives. And so let's see, if you were to put those on your tongue, there's definitely more cold, right? Definitely more mint. How much more? 15 take away 9. 15 take away 9 is 6. The flavor would be more minty, or it'd be more cold by 6. And that's how you can do that. And remember, and plus -3 is the same thing as and -3. It's still -3. Okay, here's number 3. Now we come to equations. X plus 7 equals -2. All right, now remember, this is you have to keep things balanced. You have a left and a right side. So to get rid of the plus 7, to get x by itself, I have to get rid of the 7. To get rid of plus 7, I subtract 7. But you must do it to the other side too. And so now we're left with, this is gone, that's 0. We're left now with x. I'll bring down the equals, and I have 2 negatives and 7 negatives. 2 negatives and 7 negatives would be 9 negatives. And that is it. That's your answer. That's all you can do. And to check it mentally, you would just put a -9 in there. -9 plus 7 is -2. It works. Okay, number 4 is very similar. All we did is just kind of put the 7 on this side of the x. And of course, a different answer. All right, so we have a left and a right side. Whatever you do to one side, you do to the other. I need the x by itself, so I have to get rid of this number here, this 7. So do I, let's see, so do I add 7? If I add 7, that would be 14. That wouldn't get rid of it. I have to subtract 7. This would make it 0. So you need to subtract 7 over here. So I'll bring everything down. Let's see, what do I have? This is 0. 7 minus 7 is 0. This is x. Bring down the equals. And 6 negatives and 7 negatives. On the tongue, 6 negatives and 7 negatives would be 13 negatives. And if you put that in here, 7 and -13 is -6. And remember, if your problems get a little crammed, just go ahead and just draw a little squiggly line separating it. That's fine. Okay, here's number 5. So you have a left and a right side. We want the letter by itself. You need to get rid of -4. Need to get rid of that. So you get rid of -4. We do the opposite. We add 4. Excuse me. But you have to do it to both sides. We're adding 4. I just put this line here just so we have a left and a right side. We know that. Okay, so let's see. Here's my equals. I'll bring that down. And this is 0. So you just have a letter, the letter x. And on this side, we have 5 negatives and 4 positives. Well, there's more negative. How much more? 1 more. And if you put -1, -1, and -4, that is -5. It works. Oops. Okay, number 6 is just a little different. 6 equals -9 plus x. So this time the x is on the right side. See See that? There's a left and right side. You have to keep it balanced. X is on this side. No big deal. That means we need to get rid of the -9, the -9. That's what we need to get rid of. To get rid of that -9, we add 9. But you have to do it to the other side. Bring the equals down. This is 0. So we just have the letter X. Matter of fact, many times people will just go ahead and cross it off, because that's 0. So now we have 6 and 9. 6 and 9, that's 15. And that's it. X is 15. I always try to keep the equals lined up. When you get to larger problems, this makes it much easier to follow. Don't like that color. Let me use a different color. Okay, number 7, we have 6 plus X equals -8. All right, so you have a left and right side, right? Now, if you don't want to put a line, don't put a line. I need X by itself, so I need to get rid of the 6, so I will subtract 6. But you have to do it to the other side too. The other sides of the equals. So now what do we have? I'll bring this equals down. Let's see, this is 0, right? That's gone, that's 0. And now you just have an X. On the right side, you have 8 negatives and 6 negatives. 8 negatives and 6 negatives. It's 14 negatives. And that is the answer. And if you were to plug that in there, -14 and 6, it would be the same as -8. It's true. Our answer is correct. Okay, now on my paper, I'm going to go ahead and draw a line down the middle. And I'm going to do some other problems on this side. Matter of fact, I'm going to do 7 more. We're going to do 7 more. So I'm just going to do this. Now you may need more room. So you would write right on the back side if you need to. But there's going to be a total of 14 problems. So these are the remaining problems.